Here's exactly how you create a YouTube channel for beginners. I'll walk you through everything from setup to your first YouTube paycheck. And I'll share the strategies that help me build a profitable YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers from scratch. And I'll be giving you some tips to help to grow your channel, keep it safe from hackers, and also to not get shadow banned. Because almost nobody sets their channel up correctly, and there's a good chance that's what's holding them back from growing. So this video is designed for you if you're just starting out on YouTube and you want to skip the trial and error phase. So here's what we're gonna be covering. Channel setup that takes minutes, not hours, finding your winning niche fast, professional branding on any budget, a content creation system that saves you time, and getting views from day one and turning those views into real income. And by the way, if you already have a YouTube channel and you're stuck trying to get more subscribers or views, you might have messed up on some of the steps when you created your channel, which you'll be able to fix with this video. All right, quick break. This Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing a one-time only workshop where I talk about a new billion-dollar-a-day industry that's suddenly unlocked by AI, and you can check it out down in the description and the pinned comment below. At this workshop, I'm going to be giving away my Niche Finder GPT. This is a GPT powered by a piece of software that I've been working on for a long time now, and it's been trained on thousands of hours of my teaching, coaching sessions, and more, so you don't have to spend years to pick a profitable niche. You can do it in a matter of minutes. Heck, it's even possible to do it in seconds sometimes. And I'm going to be giving this away for one time only at the workshop, so make sure you click the link in the description and then show up to the workshop. And the best way to do that is to make sure you add it to your calendar once you've signed up for it. So you basically just click add this to your calendar once you're on the thank you page after you've registered. And it'll show up as either Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar, whatever calendar you have. So you can make sure you won't miss the chance to grab the Niche Finder GPT. And you'll also be able to ask me questions live. So I look forward to meeting you. Can't wait to see you there. See you Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to be showing you this new opportunity. It's completely free and it's amazing whether you basically want to use it to get a better job, use it to network, use it to make some passive income, start a side hustle, make a full-time income, or even start a full-on business. It works incredibly well with all of those and it's completely free. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. All right, guys, so I have it in incognito mode just so it doesn't save any of my stuff and I can just do it from scratch. But what you want to do is start by going to youtube.com. And once you're here, you can click on the sign in option on the upper right. Now, this part will ask you if you have a Google account. You can use an existing Google account if you have one, or you can create a new one. So we're just gonna assume that you don't have a Google account. And because of that, we're gonna go create an account for my personal use. Then you're gonna go ahead and enter in your first name and your last name. And the last name is optional. So I'm just gonna put Hummus here. Then you're gonna enter in your birthday and your gender. Then you're gonna click next. So at this point, they want an email address and you can use an existing email, or if you don't have one, you can get a Gmail address instead. So if you don't have one, you can just click this and it'll give you some options for email addresses you can create. So I'm just gonna choose Shane McHummus. I think that one's kind of funny, so I'll choose that. And then you're gonna go ahead and enter in your password. And then you've got to scan the QR code with your phone. So my computer's like right here. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and scan the QR code. And then on my phone, it's basically just sending me an SMS. So pretty simple. And after a few seconds, it just asked for a recovery email. So I put the recovery email in there. You don't have to do this. You can technically skip, but it's always a good idea to do this for security purposes. And then go next. And also I'll mention that this is a hypothesis or a theory. It's not proven, but I think the more that Google knows about you, the more they're going to trust your account and therefore be more likely to actually promote your content, right? So it's usually a good idea to give them information. So there we go. We created a nice new email, shanemcHummus@gmail.com. And then we're just gonna go next. Then we just agree to the privacy and terms. Make sure you read that if you're interested in it. And we have a new created account. So at the top right here, we're gonna click on this little avatar. My channel's name is Shane McHummus, so it shows an S. So it's gonna be the first letter of whatever your channel name was. And we're gonna click on it and then go at the very top and say, create a channel. So at this point, you can choose what your channel name is going to be, right? This is what other people are actually going to see when they see your channel on YouTube. Now, this is optional. It's not something that's absolutely necessary, but it does help your channel grow. Let's just say you already know what your niche is. So let's just say my channel niche was about making hummus. What I do at this point is I would research some of the biggest hummus related keywords, and then I would put that in my channel name. So for instance, let's just say hummus recipes. And you can put that as your channel name, and then you could put it as your handle too. Or if you wanted to, you could change your handle to something more simple, like just Shane McHummus, and then have your channel name as Hummus Recipes. Or you can do either one. Either way, it's likely going to help you find your audience faster because you're telling them exactly what your channel is all about in the channel name. And also it's gonna help YouTube categorize your channel more quickly too. Next, you're gonna go ahead and select the picture, and you can select it from your computer. And I think the easiest thing to do is just to drag a photo there. So I already have the picture prepared on my desktop. If you don't have one prepared, what I highly recommend you do is to use Canva. Canva is completely free and you can make a picture that has the right dimensions for YouTube. It is super, super easy to use. And there's probably about 1,000 tutorials on exactly how to do that on YouTube. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this profile pic. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to rename it. And so you can just copy and paste that, or you can just go, you just type it in, Shane Hummus, Hummus Recipes. Or I think in this case, Shane McHummus. So Shane McHummus, Hummus Recipes. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and drag and drop that into YouTube. And you can mess around with it a little bit if you want. I do like to use yellow backgrounds for my profile or default picture. Some people call it a profile photo, avatar photo, or default. I do like to use yellow backgrounds just because science has shown that yellow backgrounds do capture the eye more than any other color. So I like to use yellow backgrounds, and you want to try to use a pretty good picture of yourself as well. You could use something like this, or maybe you could even zoom in a little bit more. That might be better. But once you're happy, you can go ahead and click done. And once you're happy with this, you can go ahead and create the channel. All right, so at this point you have a channel created. You know, it might not have updated already. So what you can do is just refresh. And once you refresh, maybe 30 seconds or a minute later, it probably will update. So you can see this is the channel avatar, picture of my face. Then you got the name here, Shane McHummus, Hummus Recipes, but there's a lot of other stuff that needs to be filled in. So what I'm gonna do is go to Customize Channel. So YouTube does have some prompts and you can follow these prompts if you like. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through them. Again, you can follow these prompts if you like. They kind of teach you how to use the studio. You can just click next, 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 etc. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a banner image. All right, and to create the channel banner, we are gonna go over to Canva. So Canva is the site that I talked about just before, and I just created a new account using the Shane McHummus email, and you can just choose whichever one of these applies to you, teacher, student, small business, etc., or personal. I'm just gonna go ahead and click personal. I'm gonna say social media content here. And I'm gonna say start my free trial. And I'm gonna skip that part. You do not need to pay for Canva. It has most of its really great features are completely free. Canva is a phenomenal business. Absolutely love them. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them, but they're just really great. And I've used them probably thousands of times now. And then what you wanna do is just go here and click on, just type in YouTube banner. And then you can just go create a blank YouTube banner. Now there are tons of different templates you can choose from here. And to be completely honest with you, I just like using plain black templates. That's what I prefer. With that being said, I went ahead and I typed in recipe here. And this one appears as if it actually has hummus on it. I could be wrong about that, but it kind of looks like hummus. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one, Shane McHummus. Maybe spread it out a little bit. And food vlogger sounds great. So yeah, Shane McHummus, food blogger. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one. And then you go to the top right, you click share, and you click download. And you can download it. Again, it's completely free. And when it comes to the file name, I'm going to save it as hummus recipes channel banner.png. And then I'm gonna save it here. Again, Hummus recipes just because I want to basically rank a little bit more for that keyword and help the algorithm categorize my channel about what my channel is all about. I'm gonna go ahead and save that and just click done. So yeah, honestly guys, like I just like using a black YouTube banner. Here's another one. You know, I'm just gonna change it just to show you like black YouTube banners are completely fine as well. So for instance, this one right here, I'm not gonna change the name, but I'll just show you this is completely fine as well. Just subscribe to Shane, totally fine to use a banner like that. Now, one thing I do recommend that you can do once you are at a certain point in your business is if you know the exact value proposition that you have, what I like to call this is a niche hypothesis statement, then you can actually put that on your banner. So that would look like something like this. I help X achieve Y through Z, or I help X do Y by Z, or just I help X do Y. So for instance, I help unemployed people get remote jobs or something along those lines. You put that on the banner. And again, I actually just like a black and white banner. That's what I prefer. But if you want to customize the banner further, you can totally do that. And then you want to just start scrolling down here. It's a really good idea to add in the description just to tell people what your channel is all about. A lot of the time, it's going to be a really good idea for you to use SEO optimized keywords. So what you can do is go over to ChatGPT. So at this point, you would basically type in something like this. Please write a YouTube channel description that has SEO optimized keywords that will help my channel get recommended to the right people and grow faster. Keep it less than 1,000 words. My channel is all about hummus recipes and making amazing hummus dishes. So obviously this part right here would be whatever your channel is about, and then click enter. So you'll just go ahead and copy this part right here. Make sure it's under 1,000 words. It has to be under 1,000 words. And then you'll go to the description and then you'll just go ahead and paste there. And it is under 1,000 words, so you are good to go. Now, when it comes to your description, you can also personalize it a little bit. You can talk a little bit about yourself too, but obviously for purposes of this video, I'm just doing the ChatGPT one.
Quick break. This video is sponsored by me. Most of you don't know that I actually have my own coaching program on personal branding and then growing and making money on YouTube. And this is good for complete beginners, maybe even people who just want to get a job by growing their personal brand, all the way up to people who are very advanced on YouTube. And they get to work directly with myself and my team to help them reach their goals. Now, we are opening up 3 to 5 spots, and this is pretty rare. We usually don't have these open. We usually only limit them to select people. But we're opening up 3 to 5 spots, and you can check those out down in the description and the pinned comment below. And in this program, you'll get to work directly with myself and other people who are highly successful on YouTube. Just as an example, Sean was able to go all the way from being stuck, not making very much money on his channel, to making over $500,000 a month. Now, that's an example of one of my more advanced students, but there's lots of examples of people who started off from scratch and they got to 5K a month, 10K a month, etc. So check that out down in the description and the pinned comment below.
At this point, you'll keep scrolling down. And when it comes to contact info, this is actually quite important because a lot of channels get hacked on YouTube because they mess this part up. So in this part, you do not want to put your original email. This is a part where your fans or potentially companies that want to give you sponsorships or want you to affiliate for them, etc. This is where you would put your public email that they can actually see. Okay, so do not put your same email as your channel because it's going to be much easier for people to hack you. So this is where you'd put your public email that you actually want people to see. And basically this is for like fans to contact you or business inquiries. So you would put that email here and you just press enter, totally fine. So I'm just gonna put, do not put same email at gmail.com, just so nobody is confused here. Do not put same email at gmail.com, okay? Just to be very clear. Hopefully everyone got that. This is a very big security thing that you want to make sure you do. And then video watermark. So at this point you can put 150 by 150 PNG saying subscribe, for instance. Again, if you want to do that, you can go to Canva, very easily make that. It's a bit annoying, to be honest with you, because it's always going to have this little subscribe thing pop up in the bottom right of your video. So it's questionable about whether you need to do this or not. I don't think it's necessary, but if you want to do it, you can. And I do think that it does actually help you get more subscribers, especially when you first begin. With that being said, it also kind of annoys people a little bit, so it's a bit of a trade-off. You don't have to do it, but if you want to, you can. Very easily done using Canva. And if you type in YouTube watermark on Canva, there is literally already ones that are made for you, right? And if you type in YouTube subscribe watermark, there's even more. So you can probably see why I love Canva so much. It is insanely useful. So you'd basically just download any of those, make sure it's about 150 by 150 pixels, and you're good to go. And once you're happy with all of this, you would go ahead and click publish. Do make sure that you click publish. If you don't click publish, all of the stuff that you just did will be for naught. You will lose it and you'll have to do all of it over again. So make sure you always click publish. Okay, so the next part you wanna do is settings. So when we click on settings, first one here, currency, US dollar is the default. I'm from the United States, so that makes sense. Then you can go over to channel, country of residence. It is actually pretty important to put this. I'm gonna go ahead and select United States here. Now this is especially important for you to do if you're traveling internationally. And then when it comes to the keywords, this is where ChatGPT can come in clutch as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in hummus here, and you have a limit of 500 different channel keywords you can do. Now, this is extremely important that you do this because again, it's gonna help your content reach the right people. It's gonna help the algorithm categorize you. So I'm gonna go back to that same chat. And I'm gonna say, do the same thing for channel keywords, 500 words maximum. Okay, so it gave me the keywords here, but it wasn't easily copied. So I just asked it, please make it to where I can just copy and paste all the keywords. And it gave me this, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste it. And then just make sure you're under 500 words total, and you're good to go here. You can click save. And honestly, guys, I would recommend just clicking save or publish on just about every single page just to be safe. But next, we can go to advanced settings. And this is extremely important. You want to mark your channel as not made for kids, okay? Unless your channel is actually purposely made for kids. We're talking like a Coco Melon or where it's literally like a cartoon that is made for kids, like Coco Melon, Blippi, etc. If it's anything other than that, mark no, this is not made for kids. This is very important that you do this. If you do not do this, YouTube will probably not promote your videos. And plus, they will be much more careful about which of your videos they promote if you mark it as made for kids. All the other settings are fine here, but go ahead and mark save.
What's happening, guys? In the editing process of this video, and I have an opportunity for a select group of people. So these are people who are serious about growing their personal brand on YouTube. So basically, we figured out recently how to grow a personal brand and combine all the upsides of a personal brand with the upsides of automation, right? Using AI, using things like this to basically grow your personal brand 10 times faster, which in the past used to take decades to do. And now you can do it significantly faster. And you can do this to get a better job. We work with beginners that just want to get a better job with their personal brand. You can do this to make money as a side hustle. We work with a lot of people like that. We can do this to make more money if you already have a side hustle or a small business. Or if you're already crushing it on YouTube, we can help you crush it 10 times more. We've worked with people like that as well. I literally can show clients at each level. People that we've gotten from 0 to over 10K, 0 to like over 30K, from like 1K per month all the way up to 185K per month, from around 30K per month all the way up to over 500K per month. So literally at every single level, and it works for everyone in every situation. With that being said, we are only working with 3 to 5 people, and they have to be people who are very serious, right? People who are dedicated to making this work. So if you think you're that type of person, go ahead and apply down in the description and the pinned comment below, and you could be part of our group of 3 to 5 that we help. So see you there. Have a good one.
And then when it comes to feature eligibility, this part is also important. You want to go to this intermediate feature here. You want to go down, and then you want to verify your phone number. It's as simple as literally verifying your phone number. I'm not going to do it for the purpose of this video, but you definitely want to do this for this one feature right here, which is custom thumbnails. And then it's also nice to have to be able to upload videos longer than 15 minutes as well. So make sure you verify your phone number. Once you've verified your phone number, you can then do this as well, which is where you basically do one of these 3 things: video verification, valid ID, or channel history. Valid ID is probably the easiest one to do. You upload your driver's license or your passport, etc. You can also do video verification as well. But if you want to have access to these features, which you almost certainly want to eventually, you want to give them this information. And additionally, like I said before, I can't prove this, but the more information they have about you, the more they're going to trust your channel. And the more they trust your channel, the more they're going to basically be comfortable sending you more views. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense from their perspective, because if they don't know who you are, there's a good chance that you could be a spammer and you're just going to upload spam to the platform. And there's a lot of channels that do that. And it's especially easy to do in the age of AI. So really, it's just a really good idea for you to give them this type of information. And then once you're done, you're gonna go ahead and click save. Now on upload defaults, there's really nothing you need to do here. You could consider doing some tags that are kind of channel related tags. You could consider doing a description that's just kind of a disclaimer that you can kind of put at the bottom of your description, etc. Visibility, I really recommend to do either private or unlisted when you're first uploading your videos. And you also wanna make sure that your videos stay like that for 24 to 48 hours so that YouTube can make sure that your video is safe. It basically is going to crawl your video to make sure that it's safe, and then therefore it's going to be able to promote it more because again, it's all about trust. And then if you want to, you can change all this stuff as well, but it's not that important. For instance, you could change your video language to English, but it's not really necessary. And then once you're done, you can click save. Now, when it comes to permissions, at this point, you're probably not gonna be giving permissions to anybody, but if you have a video editor who uploads the videos, or if you have a channel manager or something like that, you would go ahead and invite them, do their email, and then you would give them some level of access, right? So for instance, if you had somebody who uploaded your videos, you could probably give them this level because this would allow them to upload videos, but it wouldn't allow them to see your revenue data. If you had a channel manager, you'd probably want to give them this level of access. And then when it comes to community moderation, this part doesn't really matter that much at this point in your channel. And then same for the defaults. I would just keep it whatever way YouTube has. And then when it comes to creator demographics, I do recommend that you actually do take this survey because again, the more YouTube knows about you, the more they're going to trust you, the more they're going to know that you're not a spammer, and the more likely they are to actually recommend your channel. So I do recommend that you take this survey. Now they say that the information you give will not impact your content or channel's performance in YouTube systems, but call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think that it does. And then your agreements here, you already agreed to the terms of service, so you're good to go. So after you do all these things, you're just gonna go ahead and click save. Now, all of these things will be super helpful for you when you first start on YouTube. You may have not started a channel yet, or maybe you already did start a channel and you can change these things based on this video. But what really makes a big difference is picking the right videos and uploading those videos. And that's exactly what I'm gonna be talking about in my live workshop on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out in the description and the pinned comment below. You're going to get to ask me questions directly. I'm gonna be teaching you the most important things when it comes to growing and making money on YouTube, and it's completely free. And if you wanna see a video about how I helped somebody who only had 85 subscribers, she'd uploaded dozens of videos and she was ready to quit YouTube, to making over $80,000 on YouTube, you can check that video out by clicking right here.